Why are you publicly admonishing Muslims when you can do it privately? You know, we have social media sites. You can inbox. You know, you can pull up to Pakistan, man. Muslims are welcome over here.
chytist back with another vlog. This vlog right here is gonna be a more serious type of vlog. You know, a lot of y'all be talking about the Muslims. Y'all be talking about the Muslims in Pakistan like they ain't really on their ding, like they don't know what they be talking about. So we can get y'all some real information on this vlog. But before we get started, make sure you hit that subscribe button right now. Leave me a like, but just hit that subscribe button. Let's get right into it. We good.
Man, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. You know, one of the things that y'all don't really see me on camera that much, anything else like that. But, you know, I watch the blogs, man. I live over here with the brothers, and I'm the kind of impromptu Amir of the brothers for those non-Muslims that are watching. That just means prayer leader. You know, my name is Idrees, man. You can find me any social media site, man. Famerica _Idrees, Idrees Famgoon, either one of those two. One of the things, man, that kind of bothers me and feels kind of shaky in my soul is, you know, how harsh brothers are when, you know, on social media sites, you know, about, you know, the brothers and how they carry themselves over here in Pakistan, or when they out and about doing their thing. You know, and one of the things that I would like to point the brothers to is, you know, for all those that know, you know, the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ received his first revelation, man, when he was 40 years old. You know, the level of maturity that a 40-year-old has in comparison to a 20-year-old, a 19-year-old, a 22-year-old, a 23-year-old, or even a 25-year-old, man, I think everybody knows it's kind of different. You know, and Prophet Muhammad ﷺ was imbued with these qualities by Allah. So it was easier for him to practice the deen of al-Islam than it was for anybody else. We believe that he was the best teacher. We believe that he was the best father. You know, in saying all of that, if we believe that he is the best of those of us, then we know that the greater majority of us pale in comparison to those qualities that he had. You know, but something I wanted to point towards was people always speaking about, you know, or they act like brothers are supposed to accept their shahada one day and then just be floating on their prayer rugs, kind of Aladdin-like. There is no miracle in 2018 Islamically. You know, the miracle was left for us by the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ over 1400 years ago, which is the Quran. And the Quran is the key. It's a shifa, it's a healing for those people that are spiritually diseased. And one of the things that I really wanted to point towards was the fact that the Quran was revealed to the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ over the course of 23 years. And for the first 10 to 13 years of that, he specifically taught one thing, which was tawheed, the belief in or the understanding of there just being one creator who is worthy of our worship, who we're supposed to follow, who we're supposed to look to for guidance. And when we look to Allah for guidance, we have to, of course, look at the prophets that he sent, alayhi salam, peace be upon all of them. The Prophet Muhammad ﷺ was given a revelation within the first couple years of the Islamic mission, and it was an injunction for the brothers and sisters not to come to the Surah in a state of intoxication, and that word is I think it's khamara, and that was the first injunction. The second injunction was that there was actually some good in it, but the evil outweighed the good. And then the third command was for the Muslim not to do it at all. And if we look at the seerah of the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, or the understanding of the life of the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, we understand that this particular revelation came about after about 10 or 13 years into that particular mission. So when we look at the hadith of the Prophet, it says that the brothers around him that heard that particular ayah being said, they slammed their bottles of alcohol down, which means that they were drinking before, which of course means that it took them a little time and a lot of teaching and a lot of discipline before they were able to give up that particular habit. And one particular brother, Nu'ayman radiallahu anhu, as I remember, he didn't slam his bottle of alcohol down at that time, but he was a brother that was well beloved by the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam because of how he practiced Islam. You know, and the totality of what I'm trying to say is, if you're not trying to help, why are you publicly admonishing Muslims when you can do it privately? You know, we have social media sites. You can inbox. You know, you can pull up to Pakistan, man. Muslims are welcome over here, man. We love you all. If you're coming to help, you want to teach, man. You want to teach any of the Islamic sciences, whether it be Sharia, fiqh, Arabic grammar, you know, Sirah of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, man. We welcome that, man. We would love that, you know, so that we can continue to grow and we can get to that point where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has chosen for us that resting place, man. Because the only thing we really stressing around here is, man, we're stressing whether we're going to get a place in Jannah. You know, are we going to be able to heal the ills that we do have? Because, you know, especially brothers, man, that I see, man, from Saudi, Afghanistan, Pakistan, you know, Mauritania, Madagascar, any of those countries, man, that you grew up in an Islamic society. It's not the same. It's definitely not the same as growing up right here in the US of A, especially not Atlanta, being from the Bluff or being from the west side of Atlanta. I'm from New Jersey, Atlantic City, terrible city. You know, I grew up with Muslims that were killing each other. You know what I mean? 2 families of Muslims killing each other. This was my example from early, and I wasn't even up under my shahada at that time. So what I'm saying is, as Muslims, we're supposed to be one global brotherhood. And the word ummah is the understanding of that is for people to be together moving in one particular common direction. If you feel as though you're moving in the direction of Jannah, help me move into the direction of Jannah. And I'm going to help these young brothers move into the direction of Jannah. Show that you love me, fi sabilillah, and not that you hate me, fi sabilillah. Because it seems as though you all actually admonish or hate the people, which I conclude myself with these brothers over here, and not the actions. We're supposed to hate the actions, not the people. You know, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that He joined our hearts together upon this deen of ours. So help us practice the deen of Islam and stop hurting us by publicly lashing out at us. Because, man, you can hurt feelings, man. We may be from the streets, man, but we got feelings too, man, for real. But that's all I really wanted to say, man. I love you all, fi sabilillah. You know, and that's not just for the Muslims. That's upon that greeting is upon anybody that is upon right guidance, man, and just trying to live their life right, man, and trying to make a better way for them in a society, man, that is catered towards not allowing us to succeed. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Another one of the things that I've noticed is, you know, there's been overwhelming support as well, you know, from other areas, man. And for all those brothers and sisters, man, that support, you know, the particular movement that's going on, you know, I just want to say shukran, jazakallah khair, you know, for your understanding, for your patience, for your sabr, man, and understanding that we're moving in a particular direction and we're not going to be deterred by anybody. That's the thing. We're not, you know, we're serious about that. We know where we're going. There's a particular vision, man, that we all feed into, you know, and all you all's ridicule of that particular direction, man, it means nothing to us. We've been hated on by, what Lil Wayne say? Been hated by the season. So fuck y'all who hating for no reason. Like, for real. We're just trying to build and build and build. We want to build up this particular ummah, this particular community, man, and inshallah, man, communities, man, in other cities, communities in other states, and you know, the eventual goal is communities in other countries, man. You know, I'm serious about Islam and the global brotherhood of Islam. You know, I love you all sincerely, like from my heart, man. Fi sabilillah, like if you believe what I believe, if you practice what I practice, one of the scholars says you become intimate with who you pray to, who you pray for, and who you pray with. If I've rubbed shoulders with you before, I know that I've turned to you after the Surah and I've greeted you with that greeting of peace that was prescribed for us in the Quran. And I meant every word from it. I meant every word of it. If I tell you Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, may the peace, blessings, and mercy in this life of Allah be upon you, man, I mean that sincerely. Like, seriously, meaning that if you see me on the streets, you're going to get the same greeting. I'm going to stop. I'm going to shake your hand. I'm going to embrace you. Not for the sisters, of course, but I'm going to embrace you. I'm going to ask you. I'm going to say, Kayfa halak. I'm going to wonder what it is that you're going through. And once I find that out, then if there's anything that I can do to ease whatever burden it is that you have, that's just Allah using me, to ease whatever burden, whether it be a few dollars out my pocket or, however it goes. If it's you need help moving furniture from point A to point B, if you need help finding an apartment, if you need help finding a job, because that's what it is that we're all about, or that's what we're supposed to be about. We're supposed to be an economic force. We're supposed to be a disciplinary force, and we're definitely supposed to be a spiritual force. And that's something that I've seen that, the teaching of spirituality has gone way down in Islam, man. We need scholars. You know what I mean? Like, we definitely need them right here in this particular community. So, if anybody wants to help, once again, man, hit me on any of my social media sites, man. IG, Famerica _Idrees. Facebook, Idrees Etoyib Abdullah. I think I got a Snapchat, which is Idrees Famgoon. Like, inbox me. Like, for real, let's bounce around some ideas, man, how we can grow together. You know what I mean? I ain't talking about giving no handouts. I ain't got nothing to hand out. But if there's anything that I can do to support you, if I can shout you out on the social media sites, or if we can just come together, because there are a lot of things, man, Islamically that I do not know, that I would like to learn. I would like to get better in my understanding of the language, so that I can read Allah's word for myself at a decent clip, without struggling and have to look at a dictionary every now and then, or have to look at something grammatically. So, if there's anything that you can do to help, inshallah, man, send me a greeting, send me a message, and we'll see if we can't get you down here, man, and situated.